Hi everyone. Hi, how are you? So I'm hoping that you can all hear me and you can hear me well. Please let me know if you can hear me well. Hi Ellie, hi Rita. Hope you're all doing well. Hey. How are you all doing? Doing good. I hope you're all doing well. It's Friday. I'm excited for the weekend. And yeah, let me know how you're all doing. Also, let me know if everything is going okay. You can hear me, you can see me. And yeah, how has your day been? Let me know how your day's been. I hope you've got a cup of tea, cup of coffee, water. Yeah. Laughter. Oh, yes, I'm good. I've got this new software actually that helps me basically put your comments up on the screen. So let's do this. Rita, hi. How are you doing? All the way from Portugal. Wow. What's the weather like out there? It's really cold here. I love Portugal. So hope you're doing okay. Laughter. Good. I'm good too. I'm like super excited that it's the weekend actually because this week has been like super stressful. Work has been like on top of it, so I'm happy that it's the weekend and I can just relax this weekend. I have no plans but to just relax. So let me know how you are as well. I'm excited. It's been a while since I've done a live stream. And so I thought I would just basically come online and have a chit chat, talk about what my plans are for the channel. We can also talk a little bit about frugal living and basically share our favorite frugal living tips because I think this year I'm on a bit of a journey when it comes to like money and I want to do some challenges. And I also just want to take it up a notch in terms of like saving more money. So we can share a few frugal living tips, just have a chat, see how you feel. Rita says, it's okay here. You're on lockdown homeschooling. It will be sunny for a week at last. Oh, yes. How are you finding homeschooling? I completely gave up. I really tried. I guess it's a lot easier because my son is only, in fact, he's just turned 4. So you can see like the balloons everywhere. It was his birthday this week. So yeah, I gave up on homeschooling. I think I just went for the let's just have fun and let's just take each day as it comes and we'll just yeah keep going. How have you found homeschooling, Rita? Let me know. It'll be sunny for a week. Oh, I would love to have some sun. It's been really cold actually. So I'm here and welcoming the changing seasons. I'm ready for summer. I'm a summer baby and always have been. Absolutely love the summer. So yeah. Hello, Navajo. How are you? How are you doing? Um, hope you're doing all right. Ready for the weekend? It's Friday. Yes. Thank you so much. Yes, it is his birthday. He's decided that he's having the entire week as his birthday, which I think is a good idea because I would do the same thing. So all week it's his birthday. We're celebrating. We're enjoying it. So yeah, he's having a great old time. Rita says it's hard because I'm working. Oh yeah, yeah. I found. Have you found that? Because I've really struggled with that actually. But luckily, actually, I had to have a conversation with my manager, and they were really good actually. So they allowed me to work really flexibly, and I know that's not the case for everybody, but that really helped me because I have a new respect for teachers, and if we have any teachers online, I have a lot of respect for you guys because I really struggled when it came to homeschooling and working and doing everything that you need to do. I mean, I've enjoyed part of being at home and not having to commute, but yeah, it's been a lot. So I totally understand, Rita, totally understand. But you have to do it's exactly what you say. You just have to do what you can. Absolutely. 100% agree with that. So there's about 6 of us online and well, 7, that one says 7. And yeah, welcome. If you're new, welcome. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Nice to meet you. I'm Yvonne, and I'm just this mom on the internet who is really passionate about personal finance. I'm on a journey to financial freedom and financial independence, and I'm basically just sharing all the tips and tricks that I'm learning in the hopes that I can inspire someone else. And I don't know if you've caught if you've had a chance to watch the last video on my channel. I have done this amazing collaboration with 3 other female YouTubers on this platform. And in line with International Women's Day, or in the run up to International Women's Day, we've decided that actually we're going to talk a lot about women and finances. So the first episode went out on Wednesday, which was talking about financial independence for women and why it's really, really important for women to have their finances in control. So if you haven't done so, please do check out that video. It's live on my channel. It's there. It's available. It's a 45-minute conversation, but it's got some amazing gems in it. And then Veronia did her video today, which is talking about women and careers and side hustles and why it's really, really important to have multiple income streams and basically how you can set yourself up to have multiple income streams. And then Dee's video will be coming out this weekend. And then, of course, Tolu's video will be coming out on International Women's Day. And we'll be talking a little bit about our journeys and basically what got us into personal finance for YouTube. So I'm really, really excited, and it's been really, really fun to share those videos and to watch those videos. So I've had a great time filming them, and I hope I will continue to do more. Let me know if you want us to do like a live stream. I'll invite them along and we can do a live stream and we can just talk about finances, because I think it's really nice to be able to like answer people's questions. And if you have something in particular that you would love to have a question answered, then we can talk about that as well. So yes, let me know and I'll have a word with them. I'm sure they'll be completely up for it. Laughter. Oh, you're a new subscriber. Oh, welcome. Welcome to the community. You recently saw me on Veronia's channel. You loved my energy and passion to help people like us. Oh, that is really, really sweet. Thank you. No, thank you. That's really, really sweet. So, yes, I genuinely do have a passion to help other people. Now, I have to say, for the sake of this live stream as well, that I am not a financial advisor. I'm just basically just giving you, I'm just sharing my journey in the hopes that it will help you, because I genuinely do want to help people. I think it's such a shame that we don't learn much about our finances or about personal finances and money management or investing. Yeah, it's one of the key areas that impacts everybody's life, especially when it comes to like real life adulting. Money's at the center of that. So I'm just sharing my journey. So if it's helping you, oh, that touches my heart, because that's exactly why I do what I do. So yeah, that's amazing. So thank you. Welcome to the community. Absolutely. So I thought today we could talk about frugal living and talk about whether or not you do frugal living. I'd be really interested to find out whether you find frugal living something that is applicable in today's age, or you think that it's completely old school and doesn't really apply anymore. But basically, I started doing frugal living actually, when we went into lockdown. I started to look for ways to save money, because I noticed that because I wasn't going to work, I was saving a lot of money, and I wanted to take my investment, to start my investment journey. So I was using the money that I was saving from like transport to start investing. But then I thought, you know what, I should challenge myself to save even more money. And I came across frugal living. Now, I'd heard about frugal living, but at the time I just thought, well, can I really do this? Can I not? And so it's only when I started reading about it that I was like, wait, I can actually challenge myself, because I have to be honest, I put my hands up and I say, I love consuming things. I love purchasing things. But the problem was that I was spending a lot of money and I was actually wasting it. In fact, I wasn't even spending, I was just wasting money. So for example, I always talk about this, but it's so real that I was signing up to a lot of subscriptions and basically not even checking to cancel them. I'm one of those serial people who like signs up for 30-day trials and completely forgets after 30 days. And then later on in life, I just check and I'm like, oh, wait, I've been paying for this for 6 months, 8 months. And that's money that I could have used for something else. So I started to look about frugal living. And because I was also like, I live in a small flat and I've got a lot of stuff. And I was like, I need to declutter and I need to, start being a bit more intentional about how I spend my money, that I came across frugal living. And so I've been on this journey with frugal living and I'm really, really enjoying it, to be honest with you. I've learned so many things and so many different ways of doing things, like even things like, every time I'd go to the supermarket or anywhere, I would just buy multiple things and basically just stack them up and just continuously buy. And now it's like a bit more intentional about how I spend my money. It doesn't necessarily mean that I'm always cheap. It's just about making sure that you spend your money the wisest way that you can. Yeah, so let me know. Are you into frugal living? Do you think it's something worthwhile? Do you do it? Let me know. Hello, hi. You enjoyed the live stream with me and the other three beautiful ladies. Oh, I'm so glad. Let me know which yeah, because I saw you in the comments as well. So yeah. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it. That makes me really, really happy because I really enjoyed having those conversations. And I'm hoping that we can carry on this conversation because I think it's so important for women to talk about personal finances. And I think especially in the UK. So there's like a lot of personal finance YouTubers in the US and they share a lot of information. But in the UK, there's not as many. And we kind of want to raise the profile so that people can talk about it a lot more. So let me know if you'd like us to do more. I'm sure Tolu and Dee and Veronia would like to do more collaborations, and I'm genuinely more up for it completely. Maybe, like I was saying earlier, maybe go for more lives because that would be quite cool as well. And we can just have a general chit chat because I know people sometimes when you watch lives, and it's the same for me as well. When I watch some of my fellow YouTubers, when I watch their lives, sometimes you can ask questions and you can get the answers straight away rather than waiting for a video, or you can just do that. So let me know, and I'm more than happy to ask them to do that, or I'll just do more lives based on what topics you guys want to do as well. Rita says, you've been following me for a few months now. You love the videos. I'm enthusiastic and cheerful talking about frugal living. Oh, it motivates you to keep your finances under control. So, oh, thank you, Rita. That's really, really sweet. Yeah, so it's the same thing for me. Like, I've realized that actually, you can't see my face. I realized that actually frugal living has really, really made me think about making sure I have my finances in check. So I'm now doing things that I didn't do before. Like, for example, I continuously check my bank accounts. I'm making sure that things are moving the way they need to go. Money is shifting in bank accounts that they need to be in. And I never thought I would do that. So I'm really, really happy. So not only am I getting into the understanding of making sure I'm managing my money, but yeah, like you said, keeping your finances completely under control is so important. And now mix that with a budget as well and having the right tools there. Yeah, I'm hoping that, I can carry on. And before I know it, hopefully, fingers crossed, I can retire before I'm 40, because that's one area that I'm really, really, really invested in. And it's about, making sure I can use my time in the best way possible, or even just use my time the way I want to without necessarily worrying about money as well. So yeah, as I keep learning, Rita, I will share these tips and make sure everybody knows as much as I do. Well, I'll try anyway to make sure as my knowledge increases, I share all those tips with you. Laughter said, I'm the complete opposite. I'm 25 and recently got my first salary job following uni. You're a heavy spender, hence your presence. You're on a good salary. Where can I save up to 1K? Oh, wow. But your issue is food. I totally understand. Like, one of the biggest areas where I've actually saved a lot of money is food, because I'm a massive foodie and I live in London, and anytime anyone has ever told me, let's meet up and go taste this, there's a new restaurant that's just come out, let's go try, and I'm like, yes. They don't even get a chance to finish their sentences. I'm like, yes, give me the date and the time, I'll be there. So I guess lockdown has been really, really good for me, because that means that I've had to rein the amount of money that I'm spending on food. The other thing was, even for me, like with grocery shopping or food shopping, I would just go to the supermarket whenever I felt like it, and I would basically just buy anything that I wanted without necessarily thinking about it, which also led to like a lot of food waste, because things would just be in my fridge and they would just sit there for the longest time, because either I was going out, I was ordering takeaway, especially on the days like on a Friday, like when you're thinking about who's really gonna go and sit there and start cooking. Nah, I'll just order a takeaway, and then food just basically starts to go off. But now I've become so much more intentional about how I spend my money. So for example, I talk about this a lot in my videos, that I used to spend about £350 a month on food, grocery food alone, let alone like going out or takeaways or anything like that. And now I'm just like, I'm down to 100. I think I'm just over £100 consistently on food. In fact, last month was a really good month. Only because I'm on a no spend challenge, and I've been really challenging myself. And so last month I spent a lot of more money on like grains and stuff like that. And my food budget last month was £80. And I couldn't believe it. I mean, it's only me and my son, but still, £80. I gave myself a pat on the back. In fact, I should have a sticker chart, and I should basically put a sticker on there. But yeah, but Lord, if you can save 1K, you should go for it. Try and rein down the food and save as much as you can. Is there something that you're specifically saving for? Because I find that sometimes when you have specific goals that you're working to, that can make a huge difference in pushing you and driving you to save for. So I'd be really interested to find out, have you set some actual financial goals and make sure you're on that journey? Because yeah, but I get the food thing. You know what I would suggest? Have like a fun money budget. Basically have a fun money allocation in your budget that you can just basically spend on food without any accountability whatsoever, and that should help you when it comes to food, because you'll just have some money set aside that you don't have to be accountable for. You can spend on food, you can spend on whatever you want without ever having to feel guilty about it. So yeah, definitely have some fun money set aside for that. Elaine, tell me if I'm saying your name right. I hope I'm saying your name right. I don't want to say your name wrong. So let me know if I'm saying it wrong. So you say you never used to do frugal living. um, you're a spender as well. Yep. But I can say since you started a budget, you've saved money. Oh, that's amazing. That's good. Yeah, that's really, really good, actually. Yeah. So budgets are like really, really important. Absolutely. I agree. Like, I never used to really budget that much. I used to always say that as long as I checked my bank balance at the end of the month, if I had, if I didn't go into the negatives, that was a good month. But yeah, ever since I started budgeting, it means that I found, for myself anyway, I found that I tell my money what to do rather than my money telling me what to do. Because if I was at the end of the month and I found that I had £10, then that would dictate what I can and cannot do. But now, because ever since I started a budget, I find that actually I allocate my money and I tell my money, you do this, or we're going to do this with the money that I have. So yeah, definitely, I'm a big advocate for having a budget and basically following frugal living principles. That really, really helps. Elimu Kids, hello. How are you? What do you have to say about impulse buying? As this is what you struggle with. Oh yes, I am the same. I especially really struggle with this when it comes to my son, because anything he wants, I'm just my heart melts and I'm just like, yeah, we'll do it, we'll buy it. I also really, really like scrolling through websites and just having a look. And because I'm on Instagram as well, it doesn't help that when you see people wearing really cute outfits or like really cute home decor, that you're like, I want that too. So you're more likely to go and purchase. But what really, really helped me actually is one rule that's really, really helped me when it comes to impulse buying, and that's my 72-hour rule. So basically I don't stop myself from going to, for example, Amazon or B&M, whatever website it is, but I'll fill up my basket like I normally do because I don't know, there's a thrill about putting things in your basket, or maybe it's just me, but I really get a thrill from like putting things in my basket because it's like, oh, this is cute, I want that. Yes, this could look nice in my house. Yes, I want that. But what I do is I give myself the space and time to do that, but I'm not allowed to purchase anything for 72 hours. So I can fill up my basket with £200 worth of items, and then I have to wait 72 hours before I can actually go back and purchase them. And what I've really found that's really, really helped me, because for the most part, I was just buying things, like I said, impulsively because it made me feel nice. And I do love getting a package, somebody knocking on my door and telling me you've got a package. Um, what really, really helped me is that I actually found that after 72 hours, in fact, after 24 hours, for the most part, 90% of the time, I forget about it. And that helps me. And then I just find myself not scrolling for things as much. I would also say keep busy, find something to do, because even for me, I found that I scroll things when I'm a bit bored and I'm looking for ways to entertain myself. So it's really, really important to make sure that you put rules and um, principles in place to help you not only stop spending and buying, but also find other things to basically stop you from shopping around. That's what really helped me. Alave, I live in London and I cannot seem to save on food. As I love to eat. I think we're gonna agree that we're all foodies here. Food is good. But I'm trying to budget my grocery shopping. Okay, so what really, really helps me in this particular instance when it comes to food shopping, what I would say really, really helped me was doing things like switching supermarkets. So it can be really, really easy to go to like the local supermarket, like Tesco's or Sainsbury's, or for me, actually, it's Waitrose, which is much, much more expensive. I remember a couple of months ago, I went there and I picked up a few things, and the bill that came out, I was so shocked to see that I'd only picked up a couple of things and the bill was so high. So what I would say is I would always look for discount supermarkets, because actually when you look at the reviews of places like Aldi and Lidl, they're constantly winning awards for quality. So I always advocate for traveling a little bit further out if you can, to find discount supermarkets. I would also look at meal prepping and meal planning. So that really, really helped me, because if I think about what I have to eat on the day, then I'm more likely to either go to the supermarket and say, you know what, I don't want to eat chicken. I'd rather have a pizza or something, and I'm more likely to go to the supermarket and pick it up. But if you meal plan and you meal prep in advance, that really, really helped me. For the things that I use the most, I actually end up bulk buying, and then that way I always have them available and they're there. And these are just some of the few things that have really, really helped me when it comes to budgeting for my food shop. Just because I think that if I go based on my instinct and how I feel or what I want to eat, then I end up running up a huge bill. Laughter said, £80 tips, please. Mortgage, I want to get on the property ladder and have at least 10 to 15k in the next 18 months. Okay, so there's the two questions. So £80 tips, please. So this one was actually more of a experiment. So I wanted to see whether or not I would spend less money shopping in store or shopping online. Now, because I normally typically shop at Aldi and Lidl, I usually go in there and I'll have a list of the things that I want based on, for example, if I'll go to my cupboards, I'll see what I already have, and then I'll try. I'm not gonna sit here and say I definitely do this every single month, but I will try and make sure I have a shopping list based on a meal plan for the entire month. But it doesn't always work out that way. I mean, there's certain staple foods that we always have, so chicken, rice, beef, we'll always have them. But this time I wanted to actually just do everything online. So I actually did a Morrison's shop. And this was based on me having a list again on everything that I already had in the cupboard, and then creating a meal plan based on that. And I was actually shocked that my bill was so much cheaper. But I also think it's because when I'm in the shop in Lidl, Aldi, sometimes I do pick up one or well, I don't want to say one or two, maybe 5 or 6 extra items that are not on my list. But I found that when I was shopping online, I was more likely to stick to my list and just get what it is that I needed. So maybe that might be a trick that works for you. It's an experiment worth at least trying. But I don't know if I can do that for this month. Well, I know I've blown that budget because we had, a bit of fun this week because it was my son's birthday, or that was any excuse for me to spend a little bit more money. But yeah, we're not going to hit 80 this month, but it was worth the try. And also because I'm on a no spend year, so I'm trying to like cut out as much non-essential spending as I can. And I don't know if you also saw my video which was on my weight loss journey. So I've picked up a couple of pounds in lockdown, and I'm trying to see whether or not I can match my investing journey with my weight loss journey. So that means I have to cut out a bit on, well, not a bit, a lot on the amount of snacks that I eat. So maybe that's what really, in fact, I know that's what really, really helped me, because actually I ended up not purchasing as many snacks last month as I normally do. So that cut down the bill quite a bit as well. So, definitely try what you can. But yeah, £80, I don't know if I can do it again. I'll try. I most certainly will. But yeah. And the good thing was that I'd actually put an additional £40 aside to make sure that if I ever needed to go to, the supermarket to grab a couple of things here and there, that we could. So yeah, which was really, really good. I was really, really proud of that, actually. So the second bit was that you said that you wanted to get a mortgage and you want to get on the property ladder and have at least 10 to 15K in the next 30 months. I think that's a really good goal. I think that's a really, really good goal. And I think if you can get on the property ladder as soon as you can, yeah, go for it. Absolutely. I think that's a really good goal. Go for it. Wish you all the best of luck, because you can totally do it. Okay, with Rita says, with lockdown and my 2 kids at home, my fridge is always half empty. No matter how much you shop, a lot of cooking from scratch going on here to save on groceries. Yes, that's a good tip, actually, because cooking from scratch can make the absolute difference. So, for example, I was thinking about this the other day, and I was just thinking about, for example, like ordering a takeaway. So I was one of those serial takeaway orderers, if that's even a word. And it's amazing that actually how much you can spend on one takeaway to last you one meal, or maybe one and a half if you do the takeovers. If you do the leftovers the next day. But actually, if you take that same amount and you go and you do shopping for that meal, how much that can stretch much further. So yes, cooking from scratch is a great way to save money where you can, especially when it comes to food. Well, cooking from scratch is about cooking from food. Yes, I totally understand. Your kids at home, your fridges are always half empty. I can only imagine. I mean, I only have one little one. So I know a lot of my friends have spoken to the fact that their kids at home has ran up. In fact, has actually made their grocery bill twice as expensive as before. So yeah, I totally get that. Bukri says, Tesco Express is the worst. Absolutely. I have one near me, and I'm telling you, once I go in there, I can have like 2 things on my items, just go in, get milk and bread, but I end up leaving with like chocolates and dessert. And yeah, I totally understand. I agree. It's a trap. It's a convenience trap. Definitely. Rita says, I love Lidl and Aldi. Oh, and you have them close by. Wow. So I have to travel quite a bit. So I travel about 20 to 25 minutes drive to my nearest Lidl, and then Aldi is about 30 to 35 minutes. But I think it's worth the drive. Absolutely. Despite how much I spend on petrol for that ride, it still works out significantly cheaper to go to them than to go to like a regular supermarket. Absolutely. I really love Lidl. I still haven't figured out which one is cheaper, whether Lidl is cheaper than Aldi or Aldi is cheaper than Lidl. I haven't worked it out. Let me know in the comments if you have. But yeah, I really love them. I always recommend them. Absolutely recommend them. In fact, I remember when I first started shopping at Aldi, And I was telling my friends, and I was like, my supermarket bill is like cheaper than going to Tesco's. And one friend was like, no, but the quality is terrible. And I was like, no, the quality is really good. It's actually really good. And you save a lot of money. And it took them ages to switch over. But when they finally switched over, they were so surprised by how much not only could they save, but that the fact that they weren't, giving up on quality either. So yeah, absolutely love them. Laughter says, wow, that's amazing. Thank you. Wishing you all the best with the weight loss and investment. You've got this. We're rooting for you, sis. Thanks. I need all the encouragement I can because sometimes it's really, really hard, especially when it comes to weight loss, The investment part is what's actually genuinely pushing me to go on, because sometimes you're just like, oh, this is hard work. But I know that if I can shift some of the money that I'm spending on snacks and unhealthy things, and I can shift that and move that to something positive, then that gives me the ability to think about how I can invest and make more money. Why shouldn't my weight loss make me more money? So I'm here for it. Buki says Aldi is definitely cheaper. Okay, yeah, I think so too, but sometimes when I shop at Lidl, I feel like it's a little bit cheaper. But yeah, I agree. I think Aldi. Oh, okay. We've got some few comments on that. But yeah, I still haven't figured that one out. I don't know if I need to do like a like by like shop to find that out. Totally agree. Alabe, you started shopping in Lidl, which is about 10 minutes drive for me. Yeah, the quality is good. Yeah. Yeah. Most people are always surprised. And I was surprised too, to be honest with you, because I think you don't hear much about them. And I remember many years ago, it used to be really, really looked down on if you shopped at Lidl or Aldi. But yeah, absolutely. Quality is amazing. And you can save yourself a huge amount of money. So yeah, definitely. Rita says Aldi ends up being more expensive because you love all the treats over there. Do you know what I find? I find Lidl Bakery gets me every time. The Lidl Bakery, I don't know, and they're so strategic in that they put the bakery right as you enter, so you're more likely to pick up like additional goods or additional treats while you're there. So yeah, Lidl, I think that's why Lidl maybe is more expensive for me, because I go in there and I pick up croissants and donuts and anything I can find, basically, because it smells so good. Just as, hey sis, looking good. Oh, thanks, Jess. Thank you. Welcome to the live stream. Hope you're doing all right. But yes, so there are 11 of us here. How exciting. Yeah, keep letting me know. Do you guys have, I wonder if you guys can share some of your favorite frugal living tips. What is one thing that is helping you save money? Because like I say, I love sharing tips among us, and I love the fact that we can all learn from one another. Like I said, I'm on a journey to financial freedom. I'm sharing the tips that I am learning along the way, but I'm always so happy in my comments because I get so many tips in my comments, and I'm just like, wow, I did not know about that. So yeah, share. Let me know, what are your favorite frugal living tips? Bookie says, with lockdown and working from home, I realized your shopping list doubled working from home. Yeah, no, well, that makes sense. Yeah, because you're at home and you're spending more time at home. But overall, have you found that you are actually spending more money on food, or has even though your shopping list has doubled, is it cheaper than when you were at work? I wonder, because I find that even when we first went into lockdown, my shopping list more than doubled because we were at home, but it still didn't, it was still cheaper than how it was when we went in lockdown, which doesn't make sense because I wasn't at home as much as I am now, but even then it was still so much more expensive then. So yeah, let me know, what are your favorite frugal Vicky says yes, it's all food. Nice one. Yep, totally get that. But yes, let me know what your favorite frugal living tips, or even, yeah, your money saving challenges. So Elabe says 52-week challenge, saving £20 for the year, and a 26-week saving challenge, saving £1 for the first week. Yes, I love money saving challenges. So when I came across money saving challenges, I was so shocked by how much you could save by doing some of these challenges. And I think my favorite one is like the 1p challenge, where you save like 1p the first day and then 2p the next day, and you carry on from there, and you end up saving something like £668 for the entire year. And I think that, if you're struggling with saving money or ways to save money, then a money saving challenge is absolutely fantastic. So 52 weeks, saving £20 each week. That's really, really good, Alabe. And also doing the 26-week challenge, saving £1 consecutively for the entire year. That's really, really good. That's really, really good. Yeah, I absolutely love money saving challenges. So I specifically like to use them for specific goals. So for example, if I have a short-term goal or something that I want to achieve within the year, and I just kind of want to keep myself motivated with saving, because sometimes savings can be hard, especially if you see things and you like impulse buying, then it can be really, really hard. But actually, if you have a money saving challenge, it's kind of like getting a prize at the end of doing something. And so that really, really works in terms of mindset to really shift yourself towards achieving it. So yeah, I absolutely love money saving challenges, and I've done a couple of videos sharing the different types of money saving challenges that you can do that can really, really shift your savings goals. So I think if you find yourself at a place where you're really, really struggling with saving, or you just haven't got any more motivation to save, because sometimes, sometimes you're just like, forget it, I'll just buy whatever it is that I want. But if you want to continue to stick to your goals, one way that can help you a lot is actually money saving challenges. So I highly recommend them. Check out my videos. I've got a dedicated playlist actually just for money saving challenges. And yeah, you'll be surprised by how much you can end up saving. So hi Jackie, how are you? How are you doing? How's your week been? Jackie says, I live on my own and you got 50% off your first HelloFresh box and 30% off the rest of the month. As it's for 2 people, I cook it and freeze one portion. Ooh, my first box costs £17.50 for 8 meals. That's really, really good. Wow. That's really, really good. So I've not ever used the HelloFresh subscription. I know that one of my friends really, really likes it, and it works really, really well for her, just because she doesn't think that she's that good at cooking, but she finds that, having HelloFresh there, and I think it comes with recipes as well. It teaches you how to cook, and it makes things so much easier because you have all your ingredients there prepared. But that sounds like a really, really good deal. So yeah, that's fantastic. And you get 50% off your first box and then 30% off the rest of the month. I think that's a really, really good deal. I absolutely love that. Oh, I might have to check out HelloFresh now, because that sounds like a good deal, and it will help me in terms of meal planning. I don't have to do any meal planning actually, because they send you everything that you need, which is really, really good. So you don't have to worry about that. Elaine says, you saved 100. Wow. So I have to put my hand up and say, I love watching videos of people who've done money saving challenges, or for example, like people who take like water bottles and they just fill it out with loose change. £108 is really, really good. That's amazing. It actually shocks me how much you can actually end up saving just from the spare change you have in your house. So I started doing I started doing exactly that. So I've taken like a big, like 1.5 litre water bottle, and I'm just teaching my son, whenever he goes around the house and he finds, because he collects them, he can see them a lot better than I can. Whenever he sees them, he just goes in and puts them into this water bottle, and I'm hoping that we can we can fill it up really, really quickly, and we can see how much we have just sitting in the home, because that's really, really good. £108 is really, really good, and I'm sure that really helped towards Christmas as well. That's a good sum of money that can basically even pay for like your Christmas dinner, which is really good. So thanks for sharing that. Rita says you've been decluttering, decluttering a lot lately, lately, and it helps save money. You're making a capsule wardrobe. Just realized I don't need to buy much for a long time. I like that. Yes, I went through a decluttering phase as well. I think it was like when we first went into lockdown and I was a bit bored and I was like, let me just go through my stuff and see what it is that I have. And I was absolutely astounded by how much stuff I had collected. It shocked me that I even had clothes that I thought I had sent back to the shops, but they were still there with tags. And I'm not saying like one or two clothes, I'm talking about probably like a black bag worth of clothes. So when I talk about the fact that I have really changed my spending habits, I really have changed my spending habits. And yeah, just decluttering highlights exactly how much I am buying. And it can shock you how much you can actually end up saving money because you're not purchasing as much as you used to. I applaud you, Rita, that you are going for a capsule wardrobe. I really like that idea. I would love to do that. And I think it would be easier. Did you find it easier working from home to have a capsule wardrobe? I really struggle with that when it came to, like, for example, being at work in an actual office. And yeah, because it's the same thing for me. I've realized I don't need to buy, or I don't actually need that many clothes. I seem to have a very select few that I like wearing, and the rest kind of just sit there. So I totally agree. I like the idea of a capsule wardrobe. I'm not brave enough to dedicate myself to just a set amount of clothes, but I really like the idea. And it always astounds me because when you look at like billionaires and millionaires, they always seem to have a capsule wardrobe. They always seem to wear the same t-shirt, the same pair of jeans, maybe a few hoodies here and there. And I know that it's all around like making sure you're trying to reduce the amount of decisions that you have to make in a day. And one of them is like not spending too much time thinking about what clothes you're going to wear for the day. So you want to reduce your decision making. But yeah, I like the idea of a capsule wardrobe, definitely. But question, Rita, do you have a capsule wardrobe for the entire year, or do you have a capsule wardrobe for the seasons? Let me know. That's really, really interesting. Oh, Jackie says it's Gusto, not HelloFresh. So that might be worth actually checking because that deal sounded like a really, really good deal. Vicky says, one of my favorite frugal living tips is to set a fixed amount for food every month and plan yourself around that amount. If money finishes before the end, we just live on the remaining food. So absolutely, absolutely. You just have to work with what you have. And it really, really helps, for example, if you have like food that has a long shelf life. So for example, I've really discovered my love for like lentils and chickpeas and all that stuff that actually can sit on the shelf for a lot longer and saves you money because they tend to be so much cheaper, so much more cheaper. I've also decided that, and this was a big deal for me, I also decided that I was going to reduce the amount of meat that we eat. So we only eat meat. I think we have like 2 vegetarian days where I don't cook meat. And that saves money on the amount of meat that I'm buying and the amount of meat that I'm wasting. So that really, really helps. But yes, I totally agree. Having a set amount for food and always trying, again, challenging yourself to always try and beat that amount and reduce it month on month. Yeah, that's a really good tip. Like that. As I said, spreadsheet has been your best friend too. You try and save at least 30% of your income. That is really, really good. So yes, I am also on the journey to moving to 30%. In fact, I want to get to the point where I save 35% of my income. But the reality is that, sometimes living in London, things are really expensive in London, which is why, I'm on another property journey. And I'm hoping that, if the world goes back to normal, that even we can still continue the flexible working. And that will give me the opportunity to just, move a little bit further out, and that can mean that I can save a lot more of my money. So I know that when we did the conversation with Dee, Tolu, and Veronia spoke about how she's saving. She's saving about 70% of her income, which is incredible. So I love that. So yes, 30% is really, really good. Really good. Yeah. Keep going, girl. You can do this. Keep going. That's amazing. Yeah, absolutely. That's a great one, right? Elaine says, I'm trying that, but still cannot achieve it. But determined this month. I only have £100 left for the end of this month. That's really good. Keep going. I think that's the thing, right? So we all set goals and we work towards these goals, and you just review it as you go along, and you see where you can shift and change things. Um, so you said you only have 100 left for the end of the month for grocery shopping. That's really good. And then you just, yeah, like I said, you just continue to shift and you change and you see what you can do in terms of improving your savings. But another thing that's actually really good is thinking about how you can also increase your income as well, which was actually the video that was on Veronia's channel today that we were discussing, which is actually looking for ways to increase your income, because that's obviously a really good way to increase your savings as well. But yeah, keep going, Elaine. You can do this. Keep going. Rita says, I'm making it, you're making to aiming for when things come to normal. Okay, you're uh making your capsule wardrobe, and you're gonna do it for the entire, that's impressive. You're gonna do it for the entire year. Wow. That's really, really good. So if you don't mind me asking, Rita, how many items are in your capsule wardrobe? Because I know that for a lot of people, they go for like 12. I don't know why 12 is a magical number, but they go for 12. But yes, I'm impressed. I think I'll try. Maybe I need to challenge myself and see if I can reduce the amount of clothes that I have. Maybe I should start with the ones that don't fit me first and see whether or not I can sell them. Has anyone on the chat ever sold clothes online? Because I'm really, really interested in finding out what platforms work and what platforms don't work. Because it makes sense that if you've got a lot of stuff in your house, then instead of throwing it away, then actually finding whether or not you can sell them might be a good idea. So if you've had experience of selling stuff online, please let me know, because I have got bags of clothes with tags that can be sold. Otherwise, I'll just go to the charity shop, which I'm more than happy to do as well. But if I can, why not, right? So yes. Oh, okay. Sarita says she's going for about 30. See, that makes sense to me, because you've got to have enough pieces for everything. The problem is deciding which one goes in which. So I would struggle, especially when it comes to summer stuff. I really love summer clothing and like maxi dresses and cute little dresses and cute little shoes. So I would really struggle. But 30 seems a reasonable amount for the entire year. Yeah, 30 seems like a good amount. Yeah. So Buki says you've sold kit on Vinted. Okay. I might have to try that out, because yes, I've got kids' shoes too. um, I, I used to spend so much money. I'm a lot better now. I used to spend so much money on my son, and just buying him a lot of things. And I always say that I have a boy. I don't know what I would have done if I had a little girl, because there's so much more stuff available for little girls than there is for little boys. So it'd be such a shame if I'd spent so much money. So that kind of helped. But yes, I will definitely give Vinted a go and see how that goes. Thanks. That's a good recommendation. Okay, so you listed them on Vinted. You get no commission, or you get all your money, no commission. And people can even bargain with you. That's really, really good. I'm definitely gonna have to check them out. I don't think I've used. No, I know for a fact I haven't used them, but yeah, that's a great tip. Thank you. I will definitely check them out and see if I can set myself up on a nice shop and sell a few things, especially trainers. You have a boy too. Yeah, see, I have loads of those too. And my mom actually always laughs at me, because I used to be one of those people who used to say things like, "Oh, I don't understand why people are buying all these trainers for these little children. It's so expensive. Why are you spending so much money? You could save that money." And then when I had my son, it was a completely different song that I was singing, because all of a sudden they went from, "Why are you spending so much money?" to, "These are so cute. they look so cute. They would go so well with this outfit. So I have a lot of trainers, so I will try selling them on Vinted. Thanks for that tip. Yeah, indeed, definitely. So yeah, and of course I'm trying everything that I can to also teach him a little bit about money. I mean, he's still really young. He's only 4. He doesn't quite get the concept of it. But yeah, trying as much as I can to teach him about it. Elaine says you've got a son as well, and a lot of trainers. Yeah, it just happens that way. That you just end up buying loads and loads of them because they're so cute and they look really cute in them. So I've picked up a few, and friends have bought him a lot as well. So that's a really good tip that we can sell them and hopefully somebody else can benefit from them. In fact, one of my favorite stars, he talks about the fact that when it comes to his clothes, he gives them out to other people, and he only gives them out so that they can use them. He doesn't like throwing clothes away, and I like that. So I'm hoping that you can give them to people who can use them as well. Oh, Charlie. Hi, Charlie. How are you? You've got a boy as well. Yep. So we can all relate in the fact when it comes to little boys and trainers. So yeah, I feel like I've been talking for a long time. It's almost been an hour. This is wild. But it's so good to be able to just sit and chat with each and every single one of you. It's been so good. Thank you so much for coming on the live stream. Yes, Bookie says, anyone trying to get on the property ladder, are you making use of your LISA accounts? Absolutely. Free government interest, free government 25% interest. Yes. So if you were on Dee's live stream yesterday, she talked a little bit about the LISA accounts. Now, I'm not that well versed on LISA accounts just because I didn't know much about them. They weren't there when I was purchasing my property. But I will do a specific live stream when it comes to getting on the property ladder, because there's so many lessons that I've learned when it comes to purchasing your property and taking that particular step to owning a home. And I want to do a dedicated video on that, giving an update, because I've been on the journey as a first time buyer, and now I'm in the process of purchasing my next home. Well, hopefully very soon. And I really want to basically make the most of what is available to me. So yes, make sure you get the most out of your LISA accounts. Like Buki said, you get 25% interest. So if you save, 3,000, then the government gives you an additional amount. And obviously, if there's 2 of you, then you can both get LISA accounts, and you can maximize your deposit that way, especially if you use it for a deposit. And then obviously you can keep it open and you can continue depositing money in there and still get the government interest until you're 60, I think, and you can release that. Like Caleb says, great advice, Bookie. Yes, definitely great advice. And this is what I like about live streams. We can share the advice together. So Tyrone says, yes, it does. Okay. You just did a batch deposit before the end of this current tax year. I think that's very smart. And so yes, I agree. If you're on the property journey, and even if you don't think you'll be purchasing a property soon, but it's a financial goal you have, then utilize the LISA accounts and make the most of that 25% interest. Get your free money, right? It's better than it sitting in a bank account somewhere, not earning any interest at all. So yes, definitely maximize on where you can. But yes, it's been 55 minutes and there's still 11 of you here. Wow. That's really good. So let me know if you have any money saving tips as well, and we can carry on chatting. Yeah. How are you guys? I wonder if for those who are working from home, how are you finding working from home? Do you anticipate you will ever go back to working in the office again, because that's a conversation that I'm having at work at the moment. And I'm not sure if I will ever go back. So let me know. Tyron says, have you ever used or heard of the Plum app? So I've heard of it, but I need to do a bit more investigation into it. This is the AI assisted app that helps you grow your money, right? It's an investing app. If my understanding is correct, you save and it invests for you, right? I've heard of it, but I need to do a bit more research before I talk about it. I don't want to talk about something that I'm not fully versed on and give some misinformation out, even though I'm not a financial advisor, you know, but I want to make sure that I understand it a bit more. Can you share with us what you know about it? Okay, so Tyron says it's a savings app built on AI technology and discreetly takes funds from a linked bank account. And you save £43 in a month that you did not realize. That is amazing. I think I need that. I need to expedite my research on it. That sounds amazing. Saving £43 on something you didn't even realize you were doing sounds really, really good. I'm gonna definitely check that out. Thanks for the tip, Tyrone. That's really, really good. Boogie says you're going to continue working from home and save. Yes, save on travel. So I think about this and I think about some of my work colleagues who were spending like, how much? One of them was spending like £12,000 a month, £12,000, not a month, a year on travel. I mean, I was spending about £200 to £250 a month on travel, and I'm, you know, cut down that expense, and I'm more than happy to keep working from home, because even if I'm at home, my bills don't add up to that amount. So yes, I think a lot of people would rather just stay at home. And Lev says you've become a bit of a hermit. You like the idea of working from home for some of the week and going into the office for at least 2 days. Yeah, I think what I also miss from not being in the office is like the human interaction, just being able to go and grab coffee with someone and sit down and just have a chat that you don't get when you're at home. I know we've got Microsoft Teams, but yeah, I'm really enjoying the flexible working. And even things like my son's going back to school next week, and just being able to drop him off and pick him up is really, really nice. Really, really nice. Charlie says, you don't work from home, but it must save your traveling expenses. Absolutely. Yeah, for me it really does save on travel expenses, and even just time. So it took me like 2 hours a day just traveling to go to work and back, and it's just simple things like now I'm able to take my son to school, come back, and it's not a long day for him, because otherwise he would have to go to breakfast club, after school club, and basically I wouldn't have any time with him. So yeah, in terms of money it does save money, but also for me it makes a huge difference when it comes to time as well. So Tyrone says about Plum, you started using it and you definitely recommend it. Absolutely. I'll have a look at it, and I probably will do a dedicated video on it talking about it. So thanks for the tip, Tyrone. That's really good. Rita says you'd love to keep working from home, the savings on gas and time commuting. Yes, definitely the time commuting for me are really, really high, because that was 2 hours 2 hours a day, and then I would also for the most part have to pay for parking, because I would drop him off, then I had to drop my stuff off at the station, and you know, parking fees are just not a joke where I am. So you end up picking up so much money. You end up spending so much money on them. Okay, Taryn, this seems like a really, really good recommendation. So you can do roundups, you can set aside auto deposits, and you can also just get the free version as well. Okay, this is really, really helpful advice. You also said you prefer working from home if you have to go into the office. You're going to jump on those rental scooters. You find that they're cheaper than usual public transport. Yeah, definitely. I live a little bit too far away from my office. In fact, I live in London and I have to cross the river over. So I wish I could get the scooters, but it's just not available for me. And yeah, having to go on the underground with like loads of people stacked up against each other, And that's something that I'm missing right now. Elaine says you missed the office gossip. Yes, there is something about that. And for us in our office, it always used to revolve around cake. So someone would bring cake, and something is going on in the office that everyone needs to find out about. So yes, I agree. Missing that interaction. Tyrone agrees as well. The office gossip makes the day go faster as well. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's not quite the same online. Doesn't quite have the same feel. But yes. Yeah. So I can't believe it. We've been on this live stream for over an hour now. This is nice. So, oh yeah, another question I actually wanted to ask is whether or not I should do regular live streams. So I know it's been a while since I did my last. I think it's been like 2 or 3 months since the last one, but I genuinely do want to make this a regular occurrence. And so I probably will ask you actually, and I'll also do a community poll as well to find out, one, what should we discuss? What would you find really valuable in these live streams? If we just have a chit chat, or should we have something dedicated that we do together as a group? Because I think that can really, really help and bond us. And then how often should we do it in terms of frequency as well? So Charlie says, you save money using octopus energy for gas and electricity. Yeah, I've heard about octopus energy. I'm about to finish my contract for my gas and electricity, so that might be worth looking at as well. In fact, today I feel so proud of myself because I managed to negotiate on my broadband. So not only did I get better broadband, so hopefully in the next couple of days my broadband speed will be so much better and everything will be so much quicker. But I also managed to get a cheaper deal. So I don't know how that worked out, but I'm really, really happy about that. So I've not only saved money, but I've gotten a better deal as well. Alabe, you only work 20 minutes away? That's nice. And there's free parking on site? That's really, really nice. Oh, I would love that. Just to be able to like drive only 20 minutes before you. Oh, that's lovely. But is it 20 minutes away driving or 20 minutes away walking? Because 20 minutes away walking is even a better deal. That means you can even go home for lunch. Yeah, that's really nice. It used to take me an hour to get door to door. Takes me about an hour and 15 minutes because it's a 15-minute walk. Well, it'd be an hour and a half because it's a 15-minute walk from my house to the station. That would be nice. More live streams. Yeah, I think so too. It's just a nice way to chat, and especially like even like on a Friday night, just to have a chit chat, find out what people are up to, share some tips, and yeah, just catch up as well. I feel like if I just do videos and I don't chat, we're not really catching up. And I really genuinely do enjoy not only reading your comments but also just chatting because it's nice. Bookie says you enjoy Monzo Pot as well. Yep, it rounds up. Yes, Monzo's a really good card actually. It can round up your spending and it can save the difference. So I really like Monzo because it's one of those things that you can use to basically create like a savings pot for different things that you want to save for. And I know that a lot of people use it, for example, if they want to save for specific things. So you can have like a car fund, a home entertainment fund, whatever it is that you use. So yeah, and it's all in one card. Whereas, for example, at the moment I'm trying to shift myself to one particular pot and makes things a lot easier for me because I have separate bank accounts for separate things, and it's just sometimes it gets a bit too much. Some of them are nice because you can just leave them for a long time, but if I can reduce that and condense it, it's even better. Okay, Charlie says I should just set a time and date and you can know when to join. Okay, that sounds like a good plan. Okay, we can do that too. That sounds fantastic. That's easy. Oh, LA, your 20 minutes driving can be 30 minutes driving if there's traffic. That's still quite nice. That's really, really nice. That means, in 20 minutes, that you only have to set aside 30 minutes really to get to work and not have to worry any more than that. So yes, that's really nice. Arnold says, you're loving these live streams, being young. Your videos have helped me understand how I deal with money. That's really, really good. I think it's really, really important. And that makes me happy that actually if they're younger people who are learning how to utilize their money a lot better at an earlier age. Trust me, by the time you get to later age, you'll be in a much better position. So yeah, I'm glad you're loving these live streams and you're getting most of it. Fantastic. So Jackie, hi Jackie. She's asking, what do I know about stuff like Shopee Mum? I never know how to pronounce that. I don't know if it's Shopee Mum or Shopium. So what do I know about them? So I know that they are apps that basically help you save money when it comes to, for example, shopping online on the supermarket. And I know that it gives you cash back on a number of things. So this is one area I'm also trying to make sure I'm doing the best that I can. For example, utilizing not only cashback services, but also making sure that I'm, where I can, utilizing credit cards in the appropriate way to make sure I'm maximizing on my benefits and offers as well, which I'm going to do a separate video on, actually, how to utilize credit cards for the best way that you can. But I know quite a few people. One of my friends really likes Shopee Shopmium or Shopee Mum. I don't know how it's spelled. And she saves quite a bit. I think she saves about £50 a month just on her shopping because she gets quite a bit of cash back. So I know she's been trying for the most part to get me on it, and I'm really trying to get on it. But it's just that my bank offers me really, really good cashback services. So it just makes life easier if I just every now and again go into my bank account and click the stores that I'm using, as well as utilizing things like, the Lidl app as well, which gives you vouchers. And because I spend a lot of time in Lidl, that really, really helps. But maybe I should give it a go. I haven't done. What do you think about it, Jackie? Would you recommend it? Do you think it's a good app to have? Tyrone says, love your videos. You have actually motivated me to try to stick to a budget. This is really my first week doing so. Pray for me. You can do it, Tyrone. You can actually do it. I think it's really, really important to stick to a budget. Just continue doing it. I have to be honest and say that if budgeting is not something that comes naturally to you, sometimes it can get a little bit hard. And in fact, one of my videos next week is how to motivate yourself when you can't stick to a budget. But yeah, just keep going. Definitely keep going. It only gets easier as you go along, and it only gets better. But don't feel bad if you don't stick to your budget in the first month or so. Just keep going and keep trying, and you'll get there. But yeah, just make sure you're regularly checking it and making sure that you give your money, you allocate your money to specific things. And also make sure that if you are, for example, saving money, make sure you pay yourself out first. Automate all the transactions that you need to automate, just so that it reduces the level of temptation to spend the money anyway. But you can totally do it. You can totally do it. So you said you did a full week shopping in Lidl, £24. Wow, that's really good. Got salmon for £2.30 in Tesco salmon. Yeah, salmon is £4 or £5, absolutely. So I actually go to a fishmonger for salmon. So there's certain places I go to get like certain things, like, so salmon is like, and I get the entire fish for like, I think it's like £8 or so. And it works out so well because you kind of have to learn how to scale it and all of that. But it can be quite a fun skill to learn. But yeah, definitely shopping in Lidl, shopping in discount supermarkets is the way forward. It saves me so much money. Jackie says, thank you. I'm quite wary of things for free in case there is a catch. Yes, I think you always have to make sure that you read your terms and conditions. You always make sure that you check to see whether or not they have good reviews, because the last thing you want to do is sign up for something that you don't like or you're stuck in a contract somewhere. So yeah, definitely worth double checking and making sure you do your research when it comes to these things. Okay, well, somebody in my neighborhood, has decided to let off fireworks. So that kind of caught me off guard. Must be, maybe they're having a birthday party too, Bookie says, yes, more live stream, please. I enjoy talking about savings and money. Okay, so I will definitely do more live streams. I will have them dedicated to different things. I also try and make sure that, you know, if you've got a topic that you would love for us to talk in these live streams, let me know. If need be that, you know, we can get some experts in to talk to us about them. You know, I'm more than happy to do that, because I recognize that, you know, I'm not a financial advisor or a financial expert, but I'm willing to share all the tips that I know. And if that means that I have to get somebody to come and talk to us who specifically looks at that particular area, then I am more than happy to do that. So yes, I will do that. I will make sure I do as many live streams as I can, because I'm really enjoying this today, and I'm really, really happy that we've been here for 1 hour and 10 minutes and there's still 13 people. So thank you so much for sticking on the live stream with me. That's really, really nice of you guys. And I've obviously learned so much. We've learned about Plum, something that I need to go look at, and Shopee Mum as well. So I need to look at those two as well and see whether or not those are things that are worth having. So there might be apps that might be saving us some money. And of course, I've learned that I can sell my son's shoes on Vinted. So I will get ready to start making a bit of money that way as well. Yeah, so that's good. I'm still looking at ways to make money. Yeah, so in Veronia's video today, we talked a little bit around multiple income streams and why it's so important to have them. And I basically have talked about how I have pretty much trialed quite a lot of things. I've done everything from like selling actual physical products to selling digital products to well, actually, let me say I've not done everything, because I haven't created a service-based anything. So I don't have a service that I basically sell or anything like that. But yeah, so I'm also looking for the golden rule on how you can make more money. But what seems to always work, and what seems to be the message that I'm getting from a lot of people, is actually make sure that you utilize the skills that you already have and find a way of using them on a platform. So for example, if you are, I didn't even know that, you know, this was a big thing, but when I was doing my research, I spend a lot of time on Pinterest because I have a blog. I look for ways to basically generate traffic to come to my blog. So as part of that, basically, I learned how to use Pinterest. And I didn't even know that there was such a thing as Pinterest virtual assistants. So that's one of the areas that I'm looking at to generate more money, because if it's something that I'm doing for my blog, I'm pretty sure somebody else will want that skill as well. And then I was listening to a podcast. I can't remember the name of it. I will link it in the description box after this. And they were saying that actually, if there's something in life that frustrates you, that is something that should be a side hustle. You should create a business out of that. I think to myself, that makes a lot of sense, because actually the best side hustles or the best incomes are usually built on things that are giving a solution. And I think that's such an important thing, and it's an important aspect to think about when it comes to second or third or fourth or fifth income stream. So yeah, so if there's something in your life that's really frustrating you and you have a solution, maybe that might be where your next extra income comes from. So it might be worth thinking that way as well, because that got me thinking as well. And I think as a parent, there's so many things we come across and you're just like, if only somebody had done this, that would be helpful. And also even thinking about some of the things that you do in your 9 to 5 as well, where you've come up with a solution for something, and you know your boss is like, wow, that's great, I never even thought about that. Then that's something worth marketing, because it is obviously an area where not a lot of people are thinking about solutions. And if you can think about one really, really quickly, why can't you market it? Why can't you get paid for it? Because if it helps you in your job, it will help a lot of people in their jobs as well. So yes, definitely. And I also think it's really, really important to have extra income streams, just because the way the world is going, it's clearly showing us that having one income stream is not enough. And especially if you're not managing your money, then that can have a huge impact on your finances going forward. So yeah, definitely look for ways to earn extra income. And you know, at the end of the day, it's always nice to boost your income. It's always nice to have extra money coming in the home. Then you can do with it as you want. So Charlie asks, am I a single mom? Yes, I am indeed. I am a single mom to one little beautiful boy. Absolutely love him. Yes, and I do everything on my own. I pay for everything by myself. So I'm always looking for ways to not only save money but also make money, and make sure that we are secure. The last thing I want to do is to be in a position where we don't have our finances in check. So I'm always making sure that my personal finances is something that I absolutely have in check. Jackie said, I heard you can make money writing for Google. I'm not clever enough. Well, I'm not clever enough either, Jackie. But yes, you can make money from a lot of things. But with a lot of these things, it's just understanding how to get into that field or how to basically sell your services to the right people. But the beautiful thing is, we live in a digital world where there's so many marketplaces and so many opportunities that you can use your skills to do so. But yes, I'm pretty sure you can write money for Google. I know there are a lot of people who write articles. So if you're really good at writing, Jackie, one way to do, I would recommend, is to basically go to websites for the particular area of writing. So for example, if you really enjoy writing about, I don't know, tennis, then I would go to the big blogs that talk about tennis, type into Google tennis, and then just write them. For the most part, sometimes they actually look for guest writers, people to write in their blogs or write on their websites. And you'd be surprised how many can actually feature you as a guest blogger and pay you for that. So that might be something worth checking out. So yes, I know quite a few people who do that in the personal finance space. They just go and talk to the big personal finance websites and they just say, look, I'm willing to feature, would you be willing to feature me? And the first one they do for free, and a lot of them actually end up finding they're really liked, and then that way they can negotiate a wage and a continuing contract with them to say to write on their blogs, which I think is a good way to make money. And you're doing something that you like, you found a solution for something, and yeah, you get paid for it. Tyrone says, you're starting a clothing brand. Oh, that's exciting. It's in the sampling stage, preparing to launch Fashion Week 20. Oh, that's exciting. That's really, really exciting. Wow. I would love to have a clothing brand. That's amazing. I'm sure you've got all the details on how to do that. But it always seems like it's such hard work. I'm pretty sure it is. But yeah, that's exciting. Let us know. We will more than likely support you. We will more than happily support you when it drops. Let us know, and we will share the word out. Helene says, for me, I'm not sure where the right marketplace is to find those websites to start extra income streams. Okay, so is there something in particular that you are looking at? Because there's so many websites. Like, for example, if you want to be like a freelance writer, then you might look at websites like Upwork or People Per Hour. Yeah, Tyrone just said People Per Hour has got a lot of freelancers listed. Yeah, absolutely. People Per Hour, Upwork, all of those. But yeah, I will start off, for example, with the freelance website. So I'm just repeating myself. People Per Hour and Upwork and Fiverr. Fiverr's a bit saturated, so I would go for Upwork. Upwork is really nice because it deals with corporate clients rather than individuals. So you might be able to get higher rates there as well. Yes, I love this. And it says, well done, Tyrone. Bridge Money says, well done. That's good. Yes, keep going. This is what we're here for. Okay, Arnold says, your wife is on Fiverr and she's been getting work since she started. So that might be one to look at, actually. If you've got freelancing services, then Fiverr might be the way to go, because for Fiverr, I'm pretty sure you can just basically get anything done. Yeah, totally think about Upwork. The good thing about Fiverr is that Fiverr deals with individuals, so individuals can request work from individuals, and Upwork tends to deal more with corporations. So corporate people can ask for work, which obviously means higher contracts because you've got a corporation asking for your services. Jackie says, I was just information sharing. I'm pretty sure, Jackie, you are underestimating your services. I think if you want to go for writing, go for it. But secret shopper, oh, that to me that sounds like the perfect job too. You just get to shop for people secretly and get paid for it. Yes, definitely. I like that. Secret shopper is probably more me. Me too. Me too, Jackie. Yes. Yeah, thanks for the tip, Arnold. That's really, really helpful. And I think that's really good. Yes, do check them out. Even I will check them out as well. I will definitely check them out. I'll see whether or not I can um, put my services out there as well. So that's really, really good. Thanks for sharing that, Arnold. That's really, really helpful, actually. And yeah, that's been really, really good. So I am going to put in a few more live streams and we can have dedicated conversations around the different topics we would all like to discuss. I think the best way for me to do this is to not just dictate and say we are talking about this at the live stream, but what I will do is put a few polls out in the community tab and then we can basically discuss them. And then going forward, we can decide how we take the live streams going forward, because like I said, this is a community and I want to build a community and I want us to do something that will help all of us and just learn from each other as well. But Taryn says there's an app website where people hire you to do everyday tasks. I can't remember the name, but we'll try and locate it. Yeah, that would be really, really helpful. So I know that there's one called TaskRabbit, which is basically where there are tasks and you bid to do those tasks based on however much you put on there. But if you can find that one, Taryn, that would be really, really helpful. And you can do that as well. And the beauty of it is that it's not always tasks that you need to be out of your house for. You can actually do them at home. So that's always helpful, especially if you can do them in the comfort of your own home without having to leave, which I know can be difficult, especially like for me, I don't have the flexibility of being able to just not like leave my house now because I have to do something at home. I can't leave my son on his own. So yes, please do let us know. Yeah, Tyrone, please let us know when you do find out what it is. I know quite a few of us would like to try that out. But yes, so we've been on this for quite a while. I will definitely do a poll and find out what it is that we want to do and what time works for you. Let me know if you'd prefer weekdays or weekends, and what time you prefer as well, because we can make these early, we can make these later. It's completely up to what the majority says, and we can just continue the conversation going forward. But yes, I think I'm going to end it here. And yeah, I really thank you so much for joining the conversation and for coming on the live with me. I can't believe we've been here for like almost an hour and a half. That makes my heart so happy that I get to genuinely chat with each and every single one of you. That's really, really lovely. So thank you for taking time out on a Friday night as well to talk about money and frugal living and share tips and tricks that we can all learn for. And I will definitely make sure to do these more often and we can just talk. So yeah, I'm probably going to close this off here, but I will see you very, very soon because I'm pretty sure we're going to be doing this as often as possible. So thank you for sharing your Friday night with me, and I will see you next time. Do take care. Have a great weekend. Rest, relax, and yeah, I will see you soon. Do take care. Bye.